Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Carrie Smoot from the Village Spa.
And I am Wayne Morris with WHHI-TV.
And today we are here on Hilton Head Island. We are at the Hilton Head Island-Bluffton Chamber of Commerce.
And our first guest today will be Charlie Clark, who is the Vice President of Communications with the Chamber. And great summer on the island, tourism numbers way up. She's going to tell us about that. And also we got, Hilton Head got a great article in the New York Times.
It's a very big deal. They got a pick with
editorial.
The New York Times for 36 hours destination in Hilton Head.
Yeah, so good stuff there. Very exciting.
A lot of stuff going on. And then our second guest is Miss Robin Townsend. She is the Travel and Tourism Chair for Daufuskie Island, and she's here to talk about all the stuff that they have going on over there. They've got several really good things going on for Daufuskie, so she's here to talk about that.
A new park coming their way, which will be awesome.
That's a big
community
deal.
Park. And lastly, we have Dale Planica, who is WHHI's play-by-play announcer for all of our sports. And he's going to be talking about the Covert Air High School Football Bowl Series on WHHI Sports coming up.
I still have a hard time thinking about football, because it doesn't seem like it should be time for fall, but it is here.
I mean, we're in the middle of it. High school football has already started, and Dale's going to tell us about WHHI's broadcast and how we put the shows together and where to watch it and when.
Yep, so we have all kinds of great news coming on, so make sure that you come back for more 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
843 TV, where the town of Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
843 TV, where Daufuskie Island comes to speak.
843 TV, where the Hilton Head Island-Bluffton Chamber comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We're here now with Miss Charlie Clark. She's the Vice President of Communications at the Hilton Head Island-Bluffton Chamber of Commerce. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Good morning. Doing well.
All right. Well, it's hard to believe this, but summer's wrapping up already. Kind of flew by, but it was a great summer.
It was a great summer. You don't have to go too far down 278 to see.
You can get very far down 278.
There's license plates, and that's really music to our ears. You know, that's what drives our whole economy for small business, for tourism, for travel. So yeah, it's been a great summer. A lot of our resorts are telling us, quite frankly, it's been a record-breaking summer for them, a record-breaking July.
It was pretty busy.
Yeah, the economy is bouncing back, and it's so great to see that happening here on Hilton Head Island as well.
It's a good sign.
So often when I'm, in Bluffton or whatever, like you see all these cars, I'm like, where are they going? I mean, where are they coming from? But
it was even busy in Old Town too.
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, it was literally busy everywhere.
Sure.
Well, it's so neat to have so many people discovering Old Town. You know, we really do push with our website and different things we put out with a visitor guide for people to discover that real South that's Bluffton. And they are, and then we love seeing that.
And they've stepped up too with the things they offer, the new restaurants and the promenade, and everything's just come a long way.
It's thriving and growing, and we did a survey, and so many of those folks who are going out to the farmers market on Thursdays are coming there because they heard about it from the chamber. So we're thrilled to have that happening.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
You know, we've recently got some national press, and how does that affect our area as a destination?
That's fantastic. You know, I don't know if we were recently in the New York Times, and that is a bucket list. 36 hours in a destination they choose, and obviously they do one a week on a Sunday, so that only happens 52 times a year. So we have been working on that for some time. Are thrilled to have the New York Times covering us, and when you think about that in terms of just eyeballs, people who are saying it's one of our top markets, about 1.5 million people read the New York Times every day. Online for Sunday, it's over 2 million. So that type of exposure, as well as we've just recently had hits on Fox News, and we were the #1 beach town in America. So people really do take those recommendations to heart. You know, it's one thing to put out an ad and say how terrific you are. It's another thing
for somebody else to say how
terrific you are. So we actively work every day to pursue that and try to garner that coverage for the destination. So.
And there's a special term for that when it's an organic?
Earned media.
There you go. Earned media.
They call it earned media because you can't pay for it.
That's right.
You can't when it comes to those types of things. It's really about building relationships with writers and journalists, which we've just sort of done over the years, and with things like the New York Times, as we like to say, you swing an axe 50 times and eventually the tree will fall.
That's right. That's right.
So just really keeping the media informed about what's happening on our destination. We have so much new stuff to report recently with the $200 million in capital investment in the hotels and what they're doing in terms of renovation. So it's a great story to tell. We have a great destination, and that it's great to get the word out about that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, Charlie, you talked about earned, working for things. The Chamber's had a really busy season, a busy fall season. What are some of the things that are slated?
You know, we love fall at the Chamber because it's really sort of the kickoff in terms of, you know, summer's so busy for the island. It's not a time where we host a whole lot of events because everybody's so busy doing what they do and serving our visitors to the island. So with fall, we really kick in with State of the Region will be coming right about the bend here. We've got a big event coming up just in September called Prime Time. We garnered about 180 new members during our membership drive this year. So all those folks will be coming out for a big business after hours next week to kind of get some exposure for them, and just lots of events. Taste of the season will be here before you know it. So fall is really, really a busy time for the Chamber and a busy time for our members too.
Well, fall also is back to school. And
is that amazing?
In my house, that's very, very true. My wife teaches and my daughter's in first grade, so I was well aware when school was starting. And I understand the Chamber's doing some things with the local schools that people probably would be interested to know. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that really kicks in too in the fall. I think people are often surprised by the fact that we're really connected to the education community. Just last night here at the Chamber, we had a reception for our new superintendent of schools, Dr. Jeffrey Moss, a principal's reception, which is something we do every year. We host the principals and get them to kind of network. It's a nice way for them to kind of get together. They don't often sometimes get to do that. So,
right.
And then to have them meet Jeffrey Moss one-on-one. So that was really fantastic. We also kicked off Junior Leadership last night, which is a program we've been doing for quite a while, and that's just really heartening when you see those kids. They're great kids. It's a great program, along with things like Project Connect and the Reality Store and just so many things we're doing. The Golden Apple program. You can go to our website for the information, but we're really involved, and we were great and fortunate to hear Dr. Moss really has a strong belief in that business community connection too with the schools, and so I think that's going to be great for the future as we head into the school year and beyond.
Yeah, that's so true. And the leadership program I did in 2008.
Did you?
Yeah. So how is the junior leadership different than the regular leadership?
Junior leadership is just if you're a high school junior, you sign up, and it's a very selective process. Right. You know, it's a great. We get students from schools all over Southern Beaufort County, public and private. And it's just it's so fun to see these kids when they start and when they finish, because there really is leadership development going on. They're getting a big awareness of their community. And we actually have some of those former graduates serve on the Junior Leadership Board.
Yeah.
So they always have a student perspective, and we always want to keep that happening.
Yeah. And it's great for their college resumes.
Absolutely. Yes, it doesn't hurt for the college resume, does it? So we love that
Speaking
program.
of Dr. Jeffrey Moss, he is the new superintendent of Beaufort County Schools, which the buzz around town is everybody's pretty excited about that. So tell everybody whether or not and how he will be involved with business and education here with the Chamber.
You know, we just, our recent issue of the Chamber Business Monthly is always the back to school issue. It's dedicated to education, and we did a great interview with Dr. Moss in there. It was great to hear his philosophy, as I was telling these guys just a second ago, on the importance of connecting business and schools and what that means. You know, often students don't really put the two together. And we just started partnering a few years ago with Hilton Head High School to do a thing called the Reality Store. Do you ever remember the career fair? Remember you used to go to the career fair and you go talk to the bank, and it's a little different now. What they've done is, in partnership with the business community of the school, we give those students based on their GPA, they get a bank account. And they have to go from business to business. Whether it's a bank, you go pay your mortgage. Then you go buy groceries. You have to go purchase childcare.
Gives them a reality check.
It gives them a reality check.
Great lesson.
Isn't that great? I love that program. It's one of the neatest things we do, I think, and it really, you can just see those kids light up of like, oh, wait, this matters.
This doesn't add up.
Yeah.
All right, well, for anybody that needs any information on any of the things that we just talked about, just go to hiltonheadchamber.org.
Absolutely. It's a great place to find out all the info, what's happening at the Chamber.
All right. Well, thank you for being with us. And make
Thanks.
sure you stay tuned. We'll be back with more 843 TV.